Hi, I'm Frank Ohlhorst with eChannel Line, and today I have two wonderful guests with me. And we're going to talk about an innovative company called Asigra, who is really specialized in improving backup and a bunch of other technologies that are really benefiting not only the end customer, but also their channel partners as well. I have two guests with me today, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hi, thank you, Frank. I'm Terry Fields. I'm the CEO of Yotta280, an Asigra power service provider in Jacksonville, Florida.
And hi, I'm Eran. I'm an Executive Vice President with Asigra that's based here in Toronto, Canada.
I want to thank both of you for joining me today. And let's get right down to brass tacks here. Can you tell me about Asigra? What's so great about Asigra? What you guys do? Why it's such an important company, and what you're offering your partners?
Sure. So Asigra was started because our founder, our CEO, was working on another project and he lost all of his data. And in so doing, he needed to find a way how to recover it. So this happened about 30 years or so ago. And in those days, there wasn't a lot of ways that you could recover your data. And he just figured I needed to do this. And the growth of his vision was that the growth of data would take off. People would have a lot more data. They need to back up more data. And so he started a software company. He thought he was going to be the service provider, and then quickly learned that he actually needed to work with those people that the end customers already trust. They already have a relationship with them, and they've helped them in other ways, and effectively provide the technology to them, and they will continue to be the trusted service providers for their customers. So that's how Asigra was started. And today, basically, we are in the business of enabling monthly recurring revenues. So it happens to be that we make backup software, but really what we do is we work with channel partners, and we only work with channel partners, big, medium, and small, that focus on different customer segments and different vertical markets. And our technology basically is a vehicle that enables them to add profitable monthly recurring revenues to their businesses, and in doing so, it helps them increase the value of their businesses. It also helps them to gain more margin, reach new geographic markets, and basically service their own customers in a much more efficient way, helping them protect their customers' data and maintain that trusted relationship that they have with their partners.
So it's a good thing that we have one of your channel partners here to verify everything you're telling us. So why don't you give us some examples of how the channel partnership and the channel programs have helped you generate this recurring revenue, and if you've got any real good save stories that people love to hear about.
Absolutely. Happy to share that with you. When we, Yotta280, first got into this business, we were really in the business before cloud was even a cool word to say. It was back in 2006. We researched the market, we did our due diligence, looked at many different products and services, and found Asigra, quite frankly, when they did not have the profile that they have today, and did not have all the recognition by the Gartner Group and the industry analysts and things, that now Asigra used to be the best kept secret. They're no longer the best kept secret, but they are the best product.
Now, with that in mind as the best kept secret, when you first started getting involved with Asigra, and you went to your customers saying, I have this backup service to sell, how did you really kind of explain to them the benefits of somebody that didn't have that big name recognition?
If you have good technology and you can prove that to the customer, then typically they understand in technology there's a new best product almost every year in a lot of different arenas. So Asigra's been able to establish themselves for many years now, and I think that's the thing that is really unique, because I tell our customers all the time, the simplest way to say is they say, why should I choose this product? It's because it works. Every day, you can count on it, it delivers, and when you need it the most, it's going to recover your data.
I gather you have firsthand experiences with that.
Absolutely. We have customers of all sizes in all markets. We have customers that are large in the legal industry, medical, healthcare, professional sports, and there are specific examples that I can share with you. I don't want to say any customer names per
Right,
se,
of course.
but our customers tell us on a regular basis everything from email server recoveries to full server recoveries to server failover. And so, because we concentrate in 3 different areas with the Asigra product. We concentrate, of course, in data backup and recovery to the cloud, and that could be a private cloud inside the customer's environment, or it could be in ours. We also do disaster recovery services as well as business continuity. And Asigra is the platform to allow a service provider to deliver all of that.
So it becomes the platform that everything can plug into for those services.
Absolutely.
So, and that's a pretty impressive evolution for a product to start off as kind of, oh, I lost my data, I need it back, to turn into a platform. How often do you work with your partners, and do you have like events and elements like that that help you to further push the product along?
Yeah, so in the early years, we were the ones that were coming up with the features, the functionality, because the market didn't exist per se, and so we had to kind of forecast and look around the corners to figure out what will service providers need in order to deliver manageable, affordable, secure a backup service. I think in the last probably 5 to 7 years, our business has changed just because the sheer volume of partners that we work with today. And they're fantastic partners. I mean, Terry has an amazing technical team that works with him. It's our ecosystem and partners like Yotta280 that they are the ones that are telling us what the new features, new functionality needs. And the way they do that is we have partner councils. We have an Asigra Partner Summit. It's the only cloud backup service provider partner summit of its kind. And at this event, we have hundreds of partners from all over the world that come in and we talk, technology and feature functionality, but mostly we talk about business and marketing and how to win in the marketplace, how to align compensation plans, how to do, all the other non-technical things that people look at a software company and they just think, oh, let's just talk about the product. But to ultimately deliver a service successfully, it's more than just having a good product. You need to, productize it and package it together and make sure your service is priced accordingly and messaged correctly and so on. There's a lot of moving parts, and that's how we work with our partners.
That was one thing I would say, Frank, if I can jump in here.
Oh yeah, I was just going to actually ask you.
I think the biggest advantage of being a Asigra partner is that if you think about your organization, Asigra truly becomes an extension of your organization. They don't just enable you or sell you the software and then you're kind of on your own to figure things out. They engage with their partners. They ask for a level of commitment, which is a good thing. But they're very, very hands-on when it comes to helping their partners.
So you're happy like with the training that they offer as well as the support and elements like that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So have you found that working with Asigra allows you to maintain that special relationship with your customers where you're the trusted outsider, the trusted element that the end customer turns to and says, I need my IT needs taken care of, and whenever I think about backup or cloud, they're going to talk to you?
Absolutely. What the thing that we do with our customers, and I think the majority of our customers, if not all of them, would share this with you, is that they look to Yotta280 as a trusted advisor. And that's a very different role than just being the sales organization that sells a solution or implements that. By the same token, we look to Asigra to be our trusted advisor. So one of the great things about Asigra, if you can go back and read their history, I think you would be very impressed, and any of the viewers that are considering looking at Asigra, is that they've been first to market with certain features, programs, etc., many times, not just once. Okay, I'll give you a quick example.
Okay, I was going to say, if you could name like 2 or 3 right off the bat.
For instance, when Asigra first started in this business and developed an agentless product. Okay, that is for IT departments, especially the larger you get, the more servers you have, the more Exchange, SharePoint, Oracle, different things like that. When you can get into a agentless type scenario, that's less stress on your IT department.
And not only
okay?
that, it also reduces the cost for the end customer, because now you don't have to deploy agents all over the place, and you don't have to put boots on the ground to make that happen. So I'm sure that your customers see that as a real advantage as well.
Absolutely, and they love not having to manage those licenses for those agents. That is that can cost a lot of money, and it costs a lot of time. And
so now
it's
that
painful.
money is freed up to spend on more important or very realizable ROI type goals for the organization, and of course helps you look like a star to the company, that you're lowering these intangible costs while providing them with the services that they need.
Absolutely, and I mentioned the agentless from the beginning because everyone knows Asigra is agentless. But for instance, their most recent announcement, their recovery license model, that's really a paradigm shift in the backup and recovery industry. And I think that thought leadership that Asigra provides, if you're going to, like for our company, we are what I would call a specialist, okay? If you're gonna have knee surgery, you want an orthopedic surgeon doing that. You don't necessarily want even a heart surgeon or some other type of doctor,
right?
Correct? So from our perspective, we wanted the best product, and if you're going to hook your wagon to that product, you want thought leadership, because in technology, you have to stay on the leading edge. You don't want to be on the bleeding edge,
right,
but you do want to be on the leading edge.
Well, as you said before,
yes.
you want to provide services that work.
Yes, yes. And so with the recovery license model, as I said, it focuses not only just on backing up and charging the same amount for everything, what you back up and recover in terms of the volume. And with the data explosion now, that becomes a real challenge for a lot of larger organizations. However, when you can have a pricing model that rewards you if you have good, a very solid IT infrastructure, you do not have a lot of losses, failures, or errors, etc. So therefore, you don't recover as much data. So you get a benefit from a cost perspective from that, and that's huge.
So it becomes something that we could align with increasing returns as opposed to diminishing returns that we usually see in IT.
Absolutely.
And how are you working with your partners to make sure they know about these features?
Well, we work with them in multiple ways. Again, we have a partner summit.
Right.
We have a lot of emphasis on communicating with our partners. We have a partner portal. We have dedicated partner account managers, with the partners, and we also message it out into the marketplace as well.
So when there's significant wins like what we're talking about here, you're letting that partner community know about that hey, this is an avenue for you to either get involved with new services or increase your revenue or build better relationships.
Indeed. So, continuing on from what Terry was saying about the recovery license model is basically a way for Yotta280 to offer a more affordable service to its end customers, because as their data grows, instead of them paying more and more and more, what they need to focus on is making sure that they recover less, because if you recover less, you'll pay less. And so as Terry and Yotta280 understand where the customer is recovering their data, if it's in Oracle, if it's in SQL, if it's in VMware, if it's in different areas of their IT, then Terry and his team can help the customer fix those environments specifically. If there's underlying infrastructure, or if there's training issues that the customer is having, and that's why they're losing data, needing to recover more and more, Yotta280 can go in and help the customer understand that, and as a result of fixing it, the customer will then recover less, and then when they recover less, they'll pay less. And customers are finding that really interesting, because it changes the metric that backup and recovery is now priced on, from backup to recovery. And the real business value, as we know, of doing backup and recovery is not backup, it's recovery. So the pricing should be focused on recovery. And so Yotta280 helps customers drive down the cost of doing backup and recovery, and in so doing, improve their IT efficiency.
Okay, excellent. I think we're about out of time now, so I want to thank you both for being here and talking about what sounds like a very innovative service and something that's really beneficial to channel partners out there. Thanks again.
Thank you,
All right.
Frank, for having us.
Yep. Thank you, Frank.